everybody that's joined. I'm sorry for the incredibly shaky camera, as it's very, very windy today. I don't even know if you can hear me. But it's flooded. And just let me know if the noise becomes too much, because I'll just mute it. The Harpeth River is completely flooded today. Okay, so it's too shaky. That's fine. You know, I have a solution, just in case it was too bad. So I'm just gonna do that now. So as you can see, there's a basketball hoop under the water. There's actually a whole skate park right over there, underneath the water entirely. It's a pretty crazy day. But I'm gonna switch camera mounts here so it's not so shaky. A secondary tripod. I had a feeling this would happen. Is the wind noise horrible? Let me know. Can you let me know if the wind noise is horrible, Steph? Okay. Interesting. Okay, here we go, going to the new mount. Might have to make an easel adjustment. Thank you for liking the stream. So, shaky. lower my easel. Freaking blowing the paints around on the canvas. Stripping the crap out of this thing. Is the camera shake already better? Do that. I think I got an email, Stephanie, about the painting I sent you, saying that I needed a signature. I don't know if it showed up yet. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a confirmation. So now what I'm actually doing is I have to tape the leg of my tripod because it's too windy. Proven to be difficult. Hopefully that'll be enough to hold it there. That seems to be much better, right? Way less camera shake. Glad that helped it. Anyway, while you're all here, check this out. I'm gonna pan. And you can see, this is normally an entire park with benches. You can see there's a little bit of there's an umbrella actually. You can see there's an umbrella right there at the tip of my finger coming out of the water. Very gorgeous day. What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Very windy. I'm sorry for the wind noise. You can zoom in here a little bit. You can see the umbrella right there. It's normally a park bench. It's flooded all the way to there. Pretty crazy. Haven't seen it this bad ever. Supposedly in 2010 there was one that was slightly worse, but this is pretty much okay. So now that the camera is better, let's paint. Colors don't blow off my palette. So I've set up, trying to get it to work right, and this is its current state here. Oops. Still a bit shaky. Turn here, show you. I got all my colors. My brush is set up top with this clipboard, and then there's these two water buckets that clip up top here too. So that's currently the new iteration today I'm testing out. I don't know if it's going to be good, or if the water is too tiny of an amount, it's going to get dirty too fast. But, yeah. I hope I don't get in trouble for parking here. I'm not going to be here too long. See, the thing is, I was worried about spilling the water while I use my clipboard, but okay, without further ado. Sky first. Get my wash brush. Try that. Okay. So once again, we're working with very light blue. Oh, I grabbed the gouache there on accident. It's not what I wanted to do. Go with good old ultramarine. Take some white, get it lighter, just like, you can't see my palette. I was just gonna say just like that, but you can't even see it. And right along the sky here, just gonna give it a wash. Even lighter, actually. Just like that. Gonna darken it a bit more for the top. Grab gouache. And I gotta tap in a couple clouds. Seems to be some right over the edge there. So windy. It's actually really cold. Try to get even more white in there. I think honestly, the top could go a bit more blue. adding some black to make it okay, now I'm gonna clean my brush. I'm gonna try to blend that in. The wind has died down for me a bit here. 100 stars from Michelle King. Thank you so much. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Just noticed it now. Because I'm doing it through my phone, it's a bit different. Thanks for the like, Oz. What's up, dude? Now, with watercolor, this doesn't work as good. I'm gonna blend it down. That'll be fine for now. So now, just kind of gonna get the back layer of trees going. I'm deciding where my eyes are for like the horizon line right now. Oh, here we go, big gust of wind. Hopefully none of my things blow over here. Uncle Jeff says hi. What's up, Uncle Jeff? How's it going, man? I don't even remember the last time I've seen y'all. I feel like it's been ages. So long. Years and years. So, I'm gonna take some ultramarine blue. I'm gonna mix it with don't remember the color name. It's I guess I'll just do burnt umber. I wanted to try another one, but I think burnt umber is the right one. I recently got this really cool app that you can point it anywhere with augmented reality, and it'll tell you what color you're looking at. It's really awesome. I love the nature scenes too. Yes, too long, for sure. And it's a pretty damn even line of trees, so just gonna block it out there. Bug landed on me. There is a slight hill in the middle, so I don't know. I'm not trying to be too crazy about the details. It's fine. A little bit more blue, I think, can join in. And I'm gonna grab some green. Kind of reactivating the colors here. So far these little dippy cups are working alright. I'm gonna grab some gouache, which is just basically, it gives watercolor more opacity. I'm kind of making this grayish green here. Not that saturated. And just gonna put it in the front here. Kind of represents this green layer that's happening in front of these trees. just trying to keep to big shapes right now. Again, this is a color study, so I'm learning how to pick the right colors, basically. Something I haven't given enough attention. So I'm washing some blue back into here because it went a little bit to black, or gray I should say, unsaturated. Something like that. And now the water. Let's see. Water is a very interesting color. I'm gonna grab a rag here out of my. Always good to have a painting rag. Basically I just wiped off a part of my palette to clean it up a bit. I'm seeing like an orange sienna color. Like yellow ochre family. To it. Actually, it's more towards the burnt umber. And I'm just gonna go for it here. So I think I want my composition to have the basketball hoop in it, right on the right. Keep that in there, and so pretty much the water goes through across the whole thing. And there we go, we got some watercolor bleed happening, but that's fine, I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm not really good with this medium yet, I'm still trying to learn it better. So pretty much as it comes forward, add more. And there's all these like currents and lines happening in it. So I'm trying to like imitate that with my brush strokes here. I go back here and just, oops. It's actually okay that some of those greens are coming in to the watercolor here. The literal watercolor, not like the medium. And going to add more brown and yellow. It's kind of a very sedimenty, mucky color because it's a flood right now, so carry that down into it. Just kind of let. Now the sun is right there the reflections on the water right there. Yeah, the basketball court's completely flooded. It's gone down a bit in level since I came here earlier, but like there's a green bench just out of shot that was completely submerged. Now you can see it. So. A bit more brown of a. Oh, so you can see the parking lot actually coming through now. The parking lot's actually coming through over there, right where it's turning. Like, it's almost like there's a little bit of red in it. And it's a pretty particular shape. Trying to get some choppy water texture in there. Yes, I'd love to. I'm addicted to studying different things now. Just gonna add more water. We're gonna try to fix this little line back here again. Actually, what's kind of working out is because this is bleeding down, it's acting as a little bit of a tree shadow that's actually there. So I'm actually gonna let that happen. It's kind of lucky. Yeah, there's some tree shadows coming out there. Okay. Now the other thing I see are these posts. They're gonna give us more perspective in the painting. So yeah. And allow us to simulate the water more reflection. So going back to blue here. And there's this color I have called sepia. I'll experiment with that. And here's where I'm going to switch to my round brush. They call it. It's not really round, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Kirsten, what's going on? Trying another color study. So I'm going to take actually going to take this brush here and see what it does for me. It's really new, so it has a nice sharp edge. I think we might need a bit more gouache. And I'm going to put this basketball hoop here, and I think the brown kind of overpowered the blue a bit there. I mean, the other way around. The blue overpowered the brown. So I want to add more. Okay. And then it has like this going up, right? And I'm gonna put the other ones here. So in the back, oops. Yeah, I think the round brush is going to be better for this. I wanted to try. I'm going to switch back to the round brush. That's why they call, so basically, the reason I have it wrapped in blue tape is to have a border to peel off at the end. And then also the biggest reason is last time I did this, as I painted, the watercolor warped the paper and it kind of bended in the easel. So basically it just keeps the paper flat for me. Well, it was my attempt to keep the paper flat, and it's worked. Grabbing more ultramarine and let's see. They go kind of on there. Start getting there's like a little one right there, and like another little one, and like two more way over there. Okay. And then pick up close ones. It's like these actually kind of go away in perspective from these. And again, I'm not getting super serious about how it's drawn as much as the colors I'm picking here. And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna rub this out into the painting again because I didn't like my color there. So I'm just kind of wiping it off. I'm gonna raise the height of this one and this one. try to make them somewhat go in perspective. Just ran out of paint here, making a bit more. These are coming out a bit fat. It's okay though. Let them be a little bit bigger than they actually are. And that was my only fix, really. I feel better about that. A little closer. Something like that. Now for the shadows, I'm just gonna see if this works and dip I'm gonna dip my brush in the water and just drag out the bottoms. And it should just like pick up the color in a way that what's cool about those shadows is they're pure watercolor. Like, it's a good gauge to see. Hey, what's up, Matt? We have a once in 20-year flood or whatever here right now. And basically what you're looking at is an entire park, or a skate park, basketball court underwater. So, rolling with that for my subject. This basketball hoop needs to be much more saturated in black because it's actually black, and then it's going to come down lower than it was before to be about there. Believe it or not, the shadow is like straight up blue. So that's like the reflection in the water, and then there's like but they're more subtle. Not quite the color blue. Maybe add some white. Actually smaller than the reflections themselves. Adding a touch of blue to the back of these posts to see if I like the way it looks. Oh man, every time I do one of these I'm like, oh, I have so much to learn. Like, makes sense in my head until I go to do it. Actually arraying. See, that was a bit blue. So tone that down with gray. It's just not watered down enough. There we go. I feel better about that color. And as they come towards us, they kind of again, I don't want to be too crazy about the shapes here. Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Basketball hoop. So it kind of comes down like right here. And then there's good enough. And it's like it's a see-through backboard. That's actually, it's soaking up the color of the sky right now. So I'll just do that. It's a little more exaggerated than the blue in real life, but oh well. And now to get some of this crazy bright reflecting sun here. For this, be just straight white gouache. Mixed with the slightest amount of this brown here. So I think I'm just going to use this brown I've already made to make a very extremely light version of it, almost white. That. And let's see, pick like a general direction. Like that. Just making these little like comma marks, little curves. And now because of watercolor, it's probably not going to dry as white as I want it to. So I'm gonna, with watercolor, the lighter colors dry darker and the darker colors dry lighter. It's just kind of like what it does. And then that kind of I gotta be careful to not to make these too big. The sun's kind of blinding me right now. It's hard to see. Oh shit. This will help to make the water look a bit more reflective. Especially when you go over little shadows. And it's actually not white enough. Oh. Camera's kind of low. Oh man. The wind is crazy right now. Earlier I couldn't see those posts. Yeah man, I was here earlier too, bro. It's definitely gone down a bit. The parking lot's actually back. You can walk on the parking lot now. Yeah, see, it dried, the highlights dried to like a almost just light gray. I'm just like loading up on the gouache. Such a weird word, gouache. I can get you some wind. And up close here, I'm gonna outline some of these little natural and carry out some of those reflections. Hopefully not being too chunky with them. So like right there on the line of the posts, it's like dots. I gotta be careful. And it goes. Shines right through the basketball hoop. Because it's see-through. That'll help it look see-through. And I'm going overboard here probably with the reflections, but oh man, and this is blinding part over there right now. Careful not to overlap the basketball hoop here. And then breaks up more over here on the side. And in real life, to me, it's just looking like pure white. And then it just kind of goes off into the distance. Over there. It's hitting maybe some of these here too. Such a strange watercolor. Super brown, mucky. And this is gotta be smoothed out. And I think I'm gonna go back and touch up like the posts. It's almost like the reflections were the most detailed part in this whole thing. Straight up, I can't even like look at it. It's so bright. It's one big shape connected with all this. Just trying to make little dots. Close enough. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to the posts again. Like I said, and they should need be a little bit darker on the back side of them. I already have some black here. Taking a little bit of blue too. And let's get these a bit. Trying to do it in such a way where I don't hit the edge, because I want to indicate that there's sunlight on the front of them. And again, I don't care about these being perfect, I just want to get colors. So I'm literally just gonna block in the hint. Looks like this white go on some of the clouds too. Or maybe not. Ahead. I think it's just my water is too dirty here. of the white highlights. Just kind of out over here. This one actually has been more difficult for sure. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you, Sassy Mama. Sassy Mama 3. Thank you. Big old number 12 on my Twitch. I need to get 50 on Twitch. So thank you very much. That was way too much water. There's like these waves actually happening, and they're making these like wave lines over here that are not that fat. Hey Kelsey, what's going on? Hey, another follow on Twitch. Thanks so much, Chef Schmoop. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate y'all. Kelsey, what's going on? Never fail to impress. Just color study in here. And pretty much done. Pretty much done. Not too happy with my greens though, if I had to say. I didn't quite get them right. Let me see if I can fix this. What I think happened is that they're more yellow greens. Not that bright though. Thinking tonight is the night I get back into painting again. Hell yeah. Have you taken a bit of a break? This is looking cool. I like the water sparkles. Thanks. Keeping it very simple. Trying to just get the main elements. And the sun's coming from over here, so I'm just gonna give little hints. Kind of like what I'm seeing. Just these little hints of green. Maybe that's a bit saturated. this green right. I think, yeah, that's much more the green that is in the trees, actually. That's not what I wanted to do, but I'll let it happen. Two-month break since the last painting. Wow. No kidding. I lost a bit of my blacks here, so I'm just coming back and reflections going in the water here. I don't have enough detail to really care about them. So I kind of have this like black green that's happening on the palette here. Man, it's so windy. I've had to reinforce like everything. Okay. And there are a couple main trees that I want to bring into play here. There's one that kind of splits. There's like another one that goes up like that. One thing I learned about trees is you gotta apply gravity to them. If there's nothing pulling them down, they kind of look a little weird. They look a little lifeless. It's a subtle thing. So what are you thinking about painting for your painting? Your next painting? Kind of liking how it's looking. I think this is the missing piece of sticking with this dark kind of green here. And there's two more big trees that come out here behind the bush. And that's probably where they stop. Now the shoreline is actually moving away from us as it goes to the right. And then there's this monster tree. There's actually a bridge over there. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. Maybe we can just indicate it just slightly. It's like right there. And it comes across and kind of pops through the trees. There you go. That's the bridge. Okay, very subtle. And then there's this tree that particularly got my attention, and it like pokes like this something like that. And then what I like the most is there's this like other tree that's it's like sagging over like an archway like this. It's like the tree trunk comes out like that, and it's a bit dark actually. Oops. And it's dead. It's like snapped here, right? And then there's like these two branches that do this. And we have a couple more. Here, and they kind of they're just like that, and a few more here, kind of chilling over the bridge, and that's pretty much it. There's some detail over there, but I want to keep that because that little like brick, because that's actually like the post. Like this is like the bridge going across here, and this is like the post that's holding up the bridge. There's actually another one there that kind of happened on accident. That's fine. And maybe just a couple more little tiny shorter into, you know, I can come back with this green to overlap some of that again while it's still on the canvas, or I mean the palette. And just cover up some of those trunks. Some of them actually have the green up here. There's not much growth yet. A little bit there. Definitely some is in front of these two trees. Probably grab more of this yellow, add it to the green to get just like the sun hitting a little more, I guess. Don't want to overdo it. Hell, I almost just blew it right out of my hand. I'm not even kidding. I want that green bush to just completely be blocking. There we go. And then this can remain a weird aqua green, I don't care. Some variety. There's no leaves really on that tree. There's actually a bunch of leaves on this one. Which looks kind of cool. I'm not even really gonna put in the branches. Like maybe like just that other like slightly bigger one right there. That comes out of that. It's like that. Trees are weird. It's like they're actually not super. They're all different, and none of them really grow straight forward. There we go. Going back to my foreground. I'm not Not too sure. Thinking of redoing the nighttime beach theme again. Maybe a trip down to Newport to do some scenery painting. Yeah, I mean, I highly recommend painting in real life. I've recently really gotten into it more. I mean, I've always done it my whole life, but like actively doing it as a study now, and just like I've already feel like I've improved and learned so much just from 5 watercolors. So definitely I would do that. So I'm seeing that like this white is so bright, it's actually like blinding me into this. It's like cutting it off. It's like so bright, it's like cutting into the basketball hoop, just barely. And I'm trying to draw what I see. There's another highlight I'm seeing that just adds some nice pop that I'm gonna toss in here. Because it goes in between these. It's just this little one. Something like that, guys. Matt with the 500, dude. Oh, the phone doesn't the phone doesn't warn me, dude. Thank you so much, man. Jesus, man. 500 stars, bro. Thank you so much, man. I gotta keep this notifications things up. Thank you so much, dude. Wow. You're the best, man. Thank you. I already had to re-up on color. And thanks to you guys, I can afford it. Yay! It's been super helpful. So awesome. Hope you're still there, bud. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you. Truly, thank you. So actually I made a little mistake there by letting that highlight go into that shadow. So I'm just wiping it out. And I'll just come back. And quite making sense, so I'm just bringing it down a little bit lower. It's okay to put a little bit more time into these foreground parts. Just trying to carry out the perspective a bit more. Just like that. Actually, this one's probably a tad lower. This one's a tad lower. It's actually hard to see the shadows on the ones in the smaller set of poles here. It's like they're almost not even there. But I realized I didn't even put them yet, so And at this point, the color study's done, honestly. Like, at this point, I am just final tweaking. Like, with my own artistic, you know, like, choices. I'm not really letting the scene dictate these choices. I'm just kind of, like, doing what I think is going to look nice. I made that shadow a bit too big, but you know what? It's fine. And let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. Maybe a little bit more white gouache highlight. The gouache reactivates, but not as well as the actual watercolor paint, but it definitely acts like it. Just trying to continue this highlight over here. Oh, I just realized. Am I on 10% battery? Hold on. I came prepared for this moment with my trusty battery pack. This thing's awesome. It'll recharge my phone like 4 times, I think, before it runs out, which is crazy. It's 20,000 milliamp hour, whatever it's called. Ooh, caught it at 8%. And I'm seeing another line on top of the basketball pole that needs to be there. And it's like super white light. It's kind of blue. And it's just like this. Kind of like that. Also on top of it, so it turns out my phone does not give me the alerts. I turned them on. I think it probably requires like headphones or something. Probably doesn't want to like play the sound through the speaker, so then it won't echo. Again, dude, thank you so much for the 500 stars, Matt. Crazy, brother. Now I'm trying to get this line that's right on top. That. Hard color to decide exactly what that is. See, now I took the highlight too far. That's okay. There's actually a tiny bit of this reflective light going on here. I'm really trying to get down. As in the actual color of the water. It's like super subtle. In front of it. A lot of complex colors happening here with this water and shit. Just reflecting on this edge a little bit. See. There goes my camera trying to blow away again. Dark edge. Got a little thin here on the back of the basketball hoop. Also, a big old train stuck in place. Something like that. I really can't see the bottom of the basketball hoop. It's like final touch. This water highlight is actually nipping slightly into this shadow here. Just barely. Kind of like that. Kinda like that. Maybe the last thing I could do. Let me see. I'm gonna empty my water here. It's pretty dirty. Use a rag to wipe it out. Got these little water cups. Okay. Fresh water cups. Getting super duper pure white here. A tad bit of yellow. Maybe that was more than a tad bit. Go to these ridiculously blinding highlights that are happening right now. Make the core of it this crazy color I'm seeing. Just the sunlight wasn't quite joined. We are doing a color study here out on the Harpeth. It is currently flooded completely. I have to try to remind myself that watercolors go down super bright and then dry much more dull. You know, this could be a risky move if it was like a final painting here, but I'm just trying to learn. I don't really care if I mess it up. I just care that it looks like it has good color. Now my horizon line here isn't quite level, so I'm just trying to make that nice and level, and I just messed it up. Oh no, okay, not bad. I was just looking at it wrong. Just gonna carry that out down. Man, I can't even look at it. It's so blindingly bright. Way too much paint. I'm using crap loads of gouache right now so that it just has super opacity. Without realizing it, I almost just messed up the whole thing by placing my hand in wet paint. Be careful of that. And I'm just kind of having fun with mixing different shades of highlight in here. Trying to make different textures. The lighting has drastically changed. Maybe not drastically, but a lot since I started painting. Hell, I almost got blown right out of my hand again. So I'm pretty much redoing these highlights with a bit more yellow in them. Because I just feel like it was warmer. Accurate to what I'm experiencing in real life right now. Out adding extra. Trying not to add too much extra. Maybe the white was better, but I feel like the yellow also brings it closer to the color of the water family that's in. That's the last one we gotta fix here. Now, like, with latex paint, this would be so much easier. But it's been fun working with transparent medium. I've definitely learned quite a bit. Add a touch of yellow ochre to bring it back a tad. Just got a bit carried away over here. So there's always just like these little tiny dots that like just adds a little different texture to it. Something like that. See the parking lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this green with yellow. Just to kind of highlight. I'm gonna add some white too. Just want to get accent on these leaves that are getting hit by the sun a little more. Just a little bit. I'm honestly tapping it off because it's a bit too bright and saturated. Just a touch. It's and that just makes that yellow light all on the water make more sense to me. The tap actually makes it the perfect green I was looking for. A lot of people walking their dogs and stuff. And maybe I'll just leave because it's a transparent medium, it's picking up some of the grays behind it, which is nice. Bill, feel like shooting some hoops? Yeah, bro, let's go one-on-one. can actually see the basketball court now. Lost a bit of its hard edge. Grabbing blue gouache. Oh, a couple hours.
Do you mind if we see? I'm kind of curious.
Not at all. Appreciate it.
You got a name for it?
Flood.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, he's cool. His name's Chevy.
Nice to meet you, Chevy.
He doesn't really like it.
He's just about play and yeah.
It's gone down quite a bit since earlier.
Oh yeah, I was just telling her you could just see where the water level was.
Yeah, that bench right there, that green one behind the basketball hoop was completely underwater.
When you got here.
Couldn't see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shut
Fast.
Don't mess with your stuff.
Well, we'll leave you to it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
You enjoy the evening.
You too. Beautiful out.
Watch out.
Built that. Always pro with the emojis there, man. Emojis. Had some friendly visitors there. Their dog. A lot of people walking their dogs. They seem to have not gotten mad at me for parking in a spot that you normally can't, but it's a flood emergency. So you can, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so the top of the basketball hoop got a little funky, but it's fun live streaming in real life. I guess you're always live streaming in real life, right? There we go. Something like that. It's actually like, it was totally underwater when I started this, and now it's not anymore. My hand is actually falling off holding up this pallet right now. So, perfect time to wrap this up. Try and just get a little bit white gouache look at what I'm trying to draw right now, it just completely blinds me. Basically, I'm trying to draw the blinding light right now with like pure white. And the yellow undertones are actually poking through the white just right. By chance, not planned. Oops. Again, it was kind of poking into the edge of that basketball hoop a tad. I'll go with that. Pretty happy with that. All right. Oh. So now for a fun part, peeling the tape. I'm gonna let it dry here for a sec as I clean up my water. Careful not to spill it on this lovely deck here. Grab a new rag. I'm gonna go over here for a minute. Probably shouldn't have left my palette here, it could have blown away. To be honest with y'all, the camera doesn't even justify how crazy the flood looks. It's just huge. Cameras don't tend to justify things that great like that. So just cleaning up, putting my brush away. Ooh, I'm shaky. It's cold. My hands are actually freezing right now. It's not cold, but it's cold for like fine motor skill things. If you know what I mean. Thank you all for tuning in to this, by the way. I really appreciate it. I hope it was just as relaxing as it was for me. Hopefully the wind wasn't blowing right into the microphone the whole time. Kind of just going over in my head like what I could have done better. There's always something I could have done better with these. And I think changing the sunlight to a brighter yellow rather than a more white brown or like super light skin color was better. It allowed me, I think, to put more lime green into the trees for sunlight, which made the trees look a little bit better. But I feel like I kind of actually got the color of the water. I mean, it's changed now because of you can see the parking lot. You're actually looking at the color of the parking lot now. You're not looking at the color of the water. It was orangey, burnt umber with some yellow ochre, I'd say. Yellow ochre is like that color you'd see in like hay. So just cleaning my brushes here still. The only thing with this tiny cup, it's really cool having it on my palette and all. It just the water gets dirty real fast. That'll be good. I'll tell you, the watercolor is one of the easiest mediums of paint to clean. Just dissolves in water. It's really nice. Doesn't show me how many people are watching when I do it through my phone. There. Just cleaning up. Let's check my battery. My battery life actually went down. It's barely keeping it alive. It's quite snippy. I can't really put everything away yet because the sketchbook goes to the bottom. Okay. Water cups. Dry them out, otherwise get burnt sienna in all my colors from it being rusty. These are like metal cups. I don't know if they're stainless steel. Oops. What up? I didn't mean to do that. Apparently I could double tap in it. Turns it around. Really? Oh. I didn't know that had this feature. Good to know. Shit's blowing away. So close that. Need to refill my colors a little bit when I get home. Not gonna do that now. Watercolors last the longest. And I got my two caps. Kelsey, where are you thinking of painting next? I honestly don't know, because when it comes to these color studies, I'm honestly looking for something that stands out to me, a particular scene with certain elements. And today, like, I found this one by basically driving around looking at like where it flooded and stuff, until I found like a spot that I thought would be cool. There was unfortunately like a lot of places were blocked off because like the roads were literally underwater. So I couldn't get to like this bluff I was trying to get to. I tried another bluff, but there was too many trees. Yeah, so a lot of factors in how I decide. It should be dry enough to peel here in a second. I haven't been doing borders on my watercolors, but I'm starting. I just like the way it looks. Okay, so send this here. So try to feel it. Oh yeah. So there's actually a perforated edge, perforated, however you say it, right here. So I made the same distance from that in case it ever gets ripped out of the book. Oh yeah, I'm so painting with tape from now on. That looks awesome. I've never done that for some reason. Maybe just laziness or didn't have tape laying around, but that totally looks sick. This is actually a very satisfying part. Oh, it's so good. It kept the paper like flat too. Flatter. It is picking up some of the paper with it, but not that bad. And the last one. Oh, that looks cool. I like when it's squared up like that. Now I can sign it here. Not put my signature over the drawing. There you have it. The color study. And I guess if I had to show you what I was looking at, it was probably more like that. I left out this grass and stuff, and it's probably more zoomed in like this is what I'm seeing. So there's the bridge right there in the back. That's the bridge that cars are driving on. This glare of sunlight, which used to be here in front of the basketball hoop, but now it's not anymore. And this is all underwater. But I didn't do this grass here because that was underwater before. But that is pretty much it. I go back to the non-telescopic here. And maybe I can involve you guys in my cleanup. So cool. I don't know if you can see me. What's good? Kind of on a porch here. I guess what I'll do, I'll take out a pen and I'll sign it. Not my tape's falling away. Even the date. Sweet, looking forward to it next time. Sweet. Yeah, I'm having fun with these. Oh, you know what's funny? I never put the basketball hoop. I never put the basketball hoop on the back. So here's what I'll do. I'll break my paints out one last time here and try to add this basketball hoop. It's gonna be hard. As my painting is now blowing away. See if I hold it with the bottom of the palette here. Inside of the water bottle. How silly of me not to add the basketball here. It's actually red. There we go. Basketball hoop. Okay. Now I gotta clean my brush again. In the wind. There we are. So many things I did wrong. But so many things I think I also did right. I think what'll end up happening eventually is I'll take one of these watercolor studies to a full rendered piece. Let's get this out here. The beautiful view of the flooded park, different angle, while I clean up. Okay, go down here. So I actually I taped my easel to the railing. You can see right here. I just used painter's tape. It was enough to keep it from blowing over, because before the wind was literally blowing over the whole thing. Same thing with the camera. There we go. Now I can move this back a bit. Painter's tape is it doesn't damage anything. Basically, I have to use an Allen wrench for this little hole here. Hold the whole thing. At least that's how I think I do it anyway. What's Arizona like right now, Stephanie? How's the weather? So once it's loose, you can just spin it like that, and then these legs kind of, it's kind of finicky. Kind of bring it out to about there, and then you can finally go flush like that. And then these three things. Nice slide up. First time it's gorgeous. High 70s, lots of fun. Nice. Lots of sun, not lots of fun. Well, high 70s can be lots of fun too. And then loosen this thing. This slides. Kind of slides down. There we go. Thing is still kind of not. Like I said, it's kind of finicky. Then this belt thing wraps around. This thing felt like a puzzle when I first got it. It's like all made out of wood, and it's like super artsy or something. Basketball now. Yeah, if I've done this correctly, this should fit perfectly. Nice. So this is the phone mount I was using before. It's like a bendy arm. It's really strong actually, and it's like this like clamps. But the wind was just making it bob and weave way too much. This fits in here. It's like folded, right? Something like that. Okay. Anyway, so much different streaming on the phone. Got 3 new followers on Twitch. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the love, guys. Anyway, with that, we have our color study done for today. And once again, I've learned a lot and made a few mistakes that hopefully I will not make next time. But thanks for tuning in, like I said, and I will see you possibly tomorrow. Or no, I will see you tomorrow for a stream. Tuesday is the tentative day. But see you tomorrow for more streaming. Could be painting, could be a color study, could be the painting I'm working on. I've decided I'm not going to only work on that painting when I'm streaming, or my paintings in general. I'm not going to really explain why, but just a personal choice when it comes to the process of painting. And I just realized at certain points I like to take it a little bit slower and think about it. And I think when the camera's around and I'm streaming, it kind of creates this pressure. Maybe when I get more comfortable with streaming and, and stuff like that. But anyway, without further to say, I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday, and see you next time. Let's see. I'll end it on this nice, beautiful shot of everything being flooded. It actually is kind of nice. Take care, everybody.